Alright, PokeMoshPit, what's up? Tony bringing you a black and white match, and yeah, I'm battling DrDre in this battle. May sound weird because it is weird, and yeah, DrDre here is going to lead with his Ferrothorn, and yeah, I'm just going to respond to that with my Chandelure because yeah, I saw his Ferrothorn on the top spot in the team preview, so I was figuring he might as well lead with it, so let's go with Chandelure. And this Chandelure, as you may have noticed from its HP stat, is a bulky variant because it has very good defenses. I think it's base 90 both, so why not use them, you know? It's a very good defensive poke. I've done some battles with this guy and it works, so yeah, highly recommended. But he goes like crazy and brings in Thunderous. Who would switch in a Thunderous on a Chandelure? I was like, wow, did he predict a substitute or something? But yeah, he just switched it in, broke my substitute, and volt switched out to his Hydreigon to take the incoming flamethrower. So he's either a really good player or a really lucky one, because that was just sick. So now I bring in my Excadrill, who is also a bulky variant instead of the sweeper one. So I'm using some bulky sweepers here. And I take the Draco Meteor. I'm thinking he wants to switch out to his Ferrothorn again to take my hits and set up some entry hazards. So I respond to that by double switching to my Chandelure, which works out great for me, and it gets better because I go for flamethrower and he stays in. I kind of had the feeling he wanted to predict my substitute and he wanted to stay in just to get some hazards up or try to break it with I don't know, Power Whip or Gyro Ball, but yeah, anyway, he stayed in like I was hoping to. That he would do that, and I went for Flamethrower. He then brings in Sessendora in, and I'm fearing the Dark Pulse, but I'm thinking he wants to predict my Excadrill switch, so I'm thinking he wants to either go for Surf to also be able to hit my Chandelure or Fire Blast. So I switch in my Samurott because he can take both, it's that easy. So I'm thinking he's absolutely going to switch here because he's probably locked into Surf, and yeah, that's not going to be well for him. So I just sub up on the switch as he brings in a Jellicent, and I'm just going to Toxic Jellicent because that's great to do on Jellicents, and Jellicents don't pack Energy Ball normally, but this one does, and he breaks my sub, which sucks of course. So I'm thinking since he has Energy Ball, it's not going to do too much, but since it broke my sub, it's definitely going to do some damage, so I want to switch out here. And I go to my Simisage because it can take the water and grass combination and hit really hard with Seed Bomb. So yeah, he goes for Surf, predicting my switch probably, which is good for me actually, because I rather see Surf than Scald on this Burungary, because he could have burned my Simisage, which is always a risk with Scald. But yeah, that's part of the game, taking risks. So here I'm thinking he either wants to switch or go for Ice Beam, so I could just scout what he wants to do with a substitute and then yeah, take the incoming hit. So he brings back in his Hydreigon, and I have a very cool move to take care of that with that guy. Wow, alright. Hydreigon is in the weight class where low kick gets 100 base power, so that makes 200. Thinking that he's going to be super effective. So here I'm going to I'm thinking he wants to switch here because he's locked into Dark Pulse, so I might switch to my Excadrill, and yeah, he thinks that, so he goes to his Shofu 2. Shofu 2, yeah, keep that in mind. So I hit that with a Rock Slide after subbing up on the switch. Because yeah, Rock Slide, Low Kick, Seed Bomb provides good coverage, and yeah, it's a cool combination of moves and it's very unexpected, so it works out very well for me as he U-turns out, and now I have to switch out because I might get wrecked by a Hidden Power. So I'm thinking he wants to predict the Chandelure switch because it resists the Hidden Power and go for a T-Bolt. So I bring in Excadrill, but he predicts that and goes for Focus Blast. So this guy is making some sick predictions this game, so that's a lot of fun, and yeah, he misses the first Focus Blast, so I'm thinking he wants to predict my Chandelure switch now and go for T-Bolt, but he goes for another Focus Blast, so I'm getting predicted here, but let's predict back. So this is the key moment of the game. I bring in my Archeops, bluffing the Scarf, and I go for Acrobatics on the switch. And I knew he had the Robution because he named his Darmanitan Shofu 2. Which means his Robution has to be Shofu, right? So that's why I made that prediction. So don't do stupid things with nicknames. You know, if you, yeah, well, let's say if you name a Ladio's obvious specs, you know, that can give you thinking maybe it's Scarfed or Expert Belt, but this was just so obvious. So yeah, keep that in mind. Anyway, now he brings back in Borutorodzu or Thunderous, knowing I'm not Scarfed and he can take me out with a Thunderbolt. So I switch in my Electros, I take the Thunderbolt and then the following Focus Blast, as I then go for a T-Wave to cripple it. And yeah, then I just finish it off with an hit of power. He didn't mind staying in because yeah, it would not have been of much use anymore since it's paralyzed anyway. So I take out the Thunderous and I'm at very low HP, and he brings back in his Darmanitan. I think that's his second last guy. He also has the Jellicent left, and I decided to stay in and just take the U-turn because that will give me the switch advantage. And oh yeah, he has the Hydro Gun left as well. So now I bring in my Samurott because I know I can take any hit from that guy, and it's not going to be of that much use again anymore since yeah, I could get wrecked by Choice Band, Hydro Gun, or not Hydro Gun, Darmanitan, and I have several checks left for that, especially my Archeops and my Simisage can hurt it very badly because I have a good move for that Darmanitan with my Simisage. But anyway, I just take out the thingy with a Scald and then just get wrecked by a U-turn, but then again that gives me the switch advantage again, so that's good for me. And he brings back in his Jellicent as I respond to that with my, I think I do Simisage. Let's wait for it, yeah, Simisage comes in, Simisage, great Pokemon. And yeah, I'm just going to sub again, just to scout the Ice Beam and just to rack up some toxic damage. Also just checking if his Surf breaks my substitute, but it does, so that says my Simisage is pretty damn frail. Yeah, well, you gotta admit, if that Surf is going to break its sub, it's not very effective and no special attack investment, probably. So yeah, I just go for C-Bomb, take it out because it's probably a common. Oh, 1 HP, great. So I go, he goes for Surf, and I think I just live. Yeah, I can live that, and yeah, he's going to be finished off by Toxic, obviously, and that means he only has his Darmanitan left, and his Darmanitan is at that low of a health range. I can take it out with pretty much any move I have, and since it's banded, because I outsped it before, I know I can take it out, so I go for low kick and finish it off, and that's game. So check out the real Shofu, by the way, because he's a great guy and a lot better than this copycat, even though he had some cool plays during this game. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed PokeMoshPit, and yeah, it was a pleasure. Alright, later.